Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of On the Other Line Canada. A new day, a new week, kind of a new time, the second week for the new time, and I'd like to hear from everyone what you're thinking of the whole 7 o'clock start. I know for some of our watchers / listeners on the East Coast, it's a bit late, but for people like Scott on the West Coast, it's just after dinner, so it might be just the perfect time to have a snooze. This week, we don't have one guest, we have two. Now, for anyone that didn't see it last night, pop on over to our YouTube channel and check out On the Other Line Canada. We have 5 questions with Jarod and Slayden, Littlejohn. And they really don't need any introduction, but I'm going to introduce them to the show anyways. Let's get them in here. Jarod and Kayden, how are you guys doing this evening?
Good.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to start off by just going ahead and saying it. You guys don't know this is coming. It's National Get Over It Day, and do you want to know what I got over?
Mm.
Do you know, Jarod?
What did you get over? Your skunk streak?
Last night on 5 Questions With, I accused you of calling me Mike.
Oh, right. Yes.
And I got over it quick. Do you know why?
Because you were wrong.
Because I was wrong. And that never happens, right? You did actually call me buddy. I had to play it 3 or 4 times, but it was actually there. It's National Get Over It Day. I'm over it till after the show.
Okay.
So we also know that you're having a little bit of audio trouble from your end. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it seems to be working good now.
Perfect. We'll see if we can just stay on top of it. Well, guys, welcome to the show. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. We got a lot of people checking in already. We got Dwayne Bennett. We got Kevin Fedorik, Zach Davis. Who else we have? Kit's on here. Bill Allen, Greg Rice, Scott Nadeau, Mitchell, Lily. I don't know if you guys have heard of him at all. I'll introduce you after. No big deal. Joel Roy, Greg Rice, Colton Phillips. How's everyone doing? How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Are you nervous?
No.
I have noticed a little bit of tension in the room ever since I asked the question last night, who does it better? How did that go down after we logged off? Is everything okay? Is it awkward? Are you still family?
Oh, we got into a fight.
Yeah.
Big fight?
Oh, yeah. Fist fight.
Fist fight? Mom won, didn't she? Did Mom win?
Mom always wins.
Yeah, Mom always wins. Well, normally we talk about your passion for fishing and where you got it. But I think anyone that knows the Littlejohn family really appreciates the fact that you do everything as a family. What do you guys have to say about, obviously there's the competition part involved in being family. How has the experience been, Jarod? I know we talked about it last night about how much appreciation you have for Kayden growing up to be the little Slayden that he is. What's it been like?
It's been amazing, right? Like any parent watching their child grow up, right? But like I was telling you last night, these kids, Kayden and Bella, they both, right when they were babies, were in the baby backpack with me, on the river, fishing off the docks and stuff. And we had them, they were raised out at the ice huts, right? Running the ice fishing business. So, yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's that time of year where are you guys counting down to actually be able to be home again? Because right now, a shack is your home more or less, right?
Yeah, it is a lot of the time. That's right. Yeah.
Now, for most of us, we call it a shack, but I've been in your shack, and it's a little bit more like a home than it is a shack. So I don't want anyone to assume that Jarod and Trina just moved the kids out to the bush in a shack and that's just where they live all winter. They have a decent setup, and Trina's snack shack, so we know everybody's fed, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Slayden, what's your experience been growing up, to the legend of fishing?
I don't know. It's been cool because a lot of the times it's like an adventure. It's not like planned. It's like just we're going to go this way and see what we can find, see where we can stay, see what we can fish. Just a lot of like adventuring together, so it's a lot of fun, a lot of bonding, and like fishing, like you're saying, it's always like a little competition between us, so it makes it fun, makes it competitive. And
between you and your mom mainly.
Yeah.
So how does that work when you get grounded then? Is it one of those things where they just take your fishing rod away and you have to sit in the truck or on the bank and they just fish and you have to sit there and watch? Or, I mean,
Not be
do you
giving-
even get grounded?
Not be giving them those ideas. They never thought of that, but they might now.
You mean when he gets pouty because he's got catching enough fish? Yeah, totally. Kayden, to the truck.
To the truck.
Yeah. Don't want to hear.
Or is it like forgotten at home type situation where you just like, oh, we accidentally forgot you at home. Sorry about that, bud.
Nah, can't do that to him.
That hasn't happened.
No, I don't think so. No.
Maybe there has been like a couple times where he will just like, I'll be at school and then I'll get home and be like, oh, look at the fish that I did today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see your dad doing that. I mean, no judgment, right?
Gotta have that time once in a while.
There's nobody watching. It's just the three of us. We can be honest. Okay, we know how it works. I've been part of the family long enough. I know how this works. So,
Yeah.
well, for anyone that doesn't know, you guys run adventure ice fishing. How many seasons? What was this? Your 200th season, Jarod?
14.
14 years. And you guys are situated in Gull Lake. You have, refresh my memory, overnight shacks. How many?
We've got 6 overnights and 3 daytimes. So
Nice.
9 together.
And you guys have been booked solid all winter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is your plan as far as where, with lake access right now, or are you planning on being able to run for a couple more weeks, or where are you guys at with that?
Well, there's lots of ice there. It's just the access onto the lake. So right now it's not looking too bad. It's a little soft on top, but we always try to go right to the end. But you gotta be safe and make sure we can get off too, right? So
Right. Now you guys are on the south side of Gull Lake at Brownlows. I am the first to admit, typically I'm not a huge fan. Marcy and I were up there this winter and it was amazing. It was good to get out, as we talk about quite a bit, right? What's the experience been with your clients? Are you guys getting a lot of new clients this year or mostly repeat?
we didn't hear any of that.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
I think you guys have a bad connection on your end because it's not me. It's never me. Can you hear me now?
No.
Really? This is what happens when you use an iPad. How about now?
Let me see if I can do this a different way here.
This is what happens when you use an iPad. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can hear you over here.
Okay, let's try this again. I hear feedback. And this is the joys of a live show. Just take me off mute.
Yeah.
You can hear me
I
now.
can hear you now.
All right, let's try this and see how long it lasts. The question I had for you guys was, what are you finding as far as business this year? Is it a lot of new clients or repeat clients?
Good to hear that.
Something about clients.
Sorry, man.
That's okay. That's
There you go.
okay.
Now we got you. Start over again.
Okay. I was asking, what's your guys' experience been like this year with a lot of new licenses being issued? Are you finding a lot of new or repeat clients are coming out to?
A lot of new this year. A lot of new. With COVID and everything, people were looking for something to do, and ice fishing was it. Before the season started, I mean, we were worried if we were going to be able to even run or not, right? And then we were allowed to run, we just fell under the same regulations as the fishing lodge. So they just made us close the pool and the spa, and then we were able to run. But it had to be same household. So a lot of families coming out, a lot of couples, people with kids, that kind of thing.
Right. And so really, I mean, to some degree, it's actually benefiting your business because it's introducing a lot of those newer people to the sport, correct?
100%. This year has been, a record for us on how many kids have caught their first fish with us, which is freaking amazing, right? That's why we do this. That's what.
Yeah, and for anyone that hasn't been to adventure ice fishing, what I love about the setup you guys have, I mean, I'm impartial. I love the snack shack, obviously.
Obviously.
Spend a lot of time there. But the nice thing is most people are intimidated by the sport. They don't know if they're going to like it. They can show up to adventure ice fishing. The gear is there, the bait is there, the tackle is there, the cameras are there, and the heat is on.
Yeah.
Which I think for anyone that's budget conscious as well, it's nice just to be able to show up.
Yeah. And I mean, Trina, she sets them up even with all the little amenities you wouldn't even think of. And it's a lot of stuff that people leave at home or forget. And then they show up and, oh, you've already got this there, you know. So she really puts a personalized touch on all those huts and making sure that people have everything they need.
Now, being a seasoned angler like myself, the thing I like the most about it is I get to cheat. I get to see what you're using for tackle versus what I've brought. And whatever I didn't bring, it's there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But again, still the snack shack.
Still Snack Shack, yes.
Do you guys get a family discount at the snack shack?
Well, I've got to try everything before she serves it, right? And then if there's any leftovers, you know, I got to dispose of those too, right? So.
Yeah, it's probably why I would never leave.
Yeah.
I'd be there for the leftovers as well. I'd just be rummaging around.
Yeah. No, we've definitely took on a few people that are coming by quite a bit. And I know you said Colton Phillips is on here. He's been by the snack shack a few times. Always asking what Trina's cooking.
And the one thing I really like that you guys added this year, not just the snack shack, but the wooden shoe delivering pizza and libations if you need it. I mean, we had pizza brought right to the shack.
Yeah, how cool.
It's amazing.
It is, yes. Yeah.
For some reason, this is going to all about food. Maybe this should be a food segment, not a fishing segment, do you think? What do you think, Kayden? You don't look like you really enjoy food.
Not more for the fishing.
What's your favorite dish Mom's made this season?
Ooh, beef dip was really good. One time she made like this Caesar salad, and it was like, I don't know, it was like this really good fried chicken, and it was like Caesar salad, and it had like these like fried veggies too, but it was so freaking good.
Pretty good. I missed out. Although I did get the shepherd's pie. It was phenomenal. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I
see Mitch just signed in. I bet you probably had to feed him a few times at the snack shack too.
We did feed Mitch. Yes, he came out with a bunch of people and had food at Snack Shack. Yes.
I hope you charged him double because I've seen that dude eat and he can pack it.
Yeah. You know what? This year was a really good year for, we're friends with so many people on Facebook, but then with people actually coming out this year, we've met a lot of people like Scott Nadeau and Sebastian and, Ryan Brown's out there, Colton Phillips. I mean, Mitch is out there. Who else? I don't know. A bunch of people. So that was really cool this year.
It really becomes an extended family, right? I mean, it's great to be able to see everyone. Yes. But one thing I've noticed, and you had a count going, how many continuous days did you have on the ice? Like 73?
What's that?
I see this. Connection.
We're having difficulties again.
Yeah. We'll give it a second. How's that sound? How about now?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Okay, well, let's see if you guys can hear this because we like to go into the favorite species. And people would expect you guys would have probably picked a species that's local to Alberta, but you picked something that I have not even targeted, and that's bowfin. Why is bowfin your favorite species?
Well, because I grew up in Southern Ontario. Spent a lot of time in Long Point Bay there on Lake Erie. A lot of time. We have a cottage actually that's right on the water there.
A boathouse.
A boathouse, yeah. And these bowfin, they come in and I don't know, they look like an armored car. You know what I mean? They're really neat to watch in the water. We've actually seen them come into the boathouse and smash sunfish and bluegill.
Yeah.
Just coming out of nowhere.
It's like a freshwater eel. It's like almost the best way to explain it. Got like a big head, like some of the meanest teeth I've ever seen on a fish in my life.
Yeah.
And like when we have them in the net, sometimes they're aggressive and they'll like bite the net and stuff. So you got to be careful with your fingers because it's very sharp teeth.
So what you're telling me is I'm more than likely to get sliced open by these fish.
I mean, if you're not a rookie, are you, Todd?
No comment.
No.
I think for myself, I mean, am I a rookie? No, maybe not. But always try to stay away from the mouth, and it never happens. It's probably because of the sausage fingers. I guess I'll just rack that up to that.
Yeah. No.
What's the largest bowfin you guys have caught?
What's that one? 34.
Yeah.
34 inch.
This big.
Yeah, it was. It had to be like, I don't know, like 10 to like 12 pounds, man. It was a prehistoric beast.
Monster.
Yeah.
He's just trying to find it here. But we caught quite. Yeah, here's.
I don't know if you can.
Look at that thing. Where can everyone check that out? Is that on your Instagram, Slayden?
Yeah, Pike Slayer 65.
Pike Slayer 65. Well, anyone that hasn't added you, I know I have, pop on over and check out Pike Slayer. Jarod, what are you at for Instagram? Because it looks like your boy's out fishing you, so now we need to get you some likes.
What am I at? Jarod Father. Yeah.
Jarod Father.
Yeah.
Asking me like I would know your Instagram.
You know you're just the driver when you don't remember your Instagram, right? Is that kind of what we're racking this up to?
Yeah, basically. But no, those bowfin, they're amazing fish, and I mean, like the fight on those things is they're unreal.
I mean,
just unreal. It's
like,
so aggressive.
When you fight a burbot, you're familiar with fighting a burbot. It's all bulldogging, like just trying to just go straight down, and that's with the bowfin. But when you're fighting them freshwater, like when they're just going straight down, like because ice, when you're going straight down, your rod is already looking down. When you're freshwater, when they go straight down, it like puts like open water. It puts like a really big bend in your rod, and it's awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like I need to go hunt for bowfin this year. Maybe I'll put that on the list.
Yeah.
Come visit us in Ontario when we go.
Yeah.
Can I find them in Manitoba?
Manitoba?
What's that?
Can you find
them? Can I find them in Manitoba?
That was something
that we don't know. Never.
Because you only stick to Ontario, right? That's a little hint as to what my next trip might be this year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Well, rod and reel setup. What did you guys bring that you found works really well for you when you're targeting some bowfin?
Okay.
I brought my rod.
Caught in the chandelier. Look out.
I run for a reel. I run a Quantum Smoke. It's a really nice reel. I really like it. I used to have a Quantum Throttle, which is the step down from this, but river accident and the reel snapped at this thing that goes right in there. It's a really nice reel. It's got super nice drag, and the way the reel comes off is you just reel it backwards, so you don't have to worry about losing no bolts in the water or anything. And then I have a Fenwick Eagle rod. It's like a medium light. It's 7 foot. It's really nice. And then that's what I use.
Show them the handle.
And I got this special custom made handle that has my name on it, Slayden. It's one of my
nice.
They're called Sniper Skin. Yeah, they made me. They sent me out 5 like this. It's actually pretty freaking sweet.
Sniper Skin, eh?
Yeah, they're dope. You guys should go check them out if you want anything like this.
I've never heard of them. That's actually something I would check out. Do you find it makes a huge difference on your setup?
I mean, I actually do because when my rod, if you have a wood butt, when it gets wet, I don't really like that. It feels damp and just feels extra heavy because it's cork. But this, it's really grippy. It's
it's
really
like grip tape.
It's stuff they started off making these for hockey sticks and lacrosse sticks, and then they started doing fishing rods. And I was actually one of the first ambassadors, and they messaged me and they asked me for some designs, and I asked them camo with my name on it, and that's what I got, camo with my name on it.
That's very cool. Well, it's funny that you bring that up because something we've talked about that Mitch and I actually talked about yesterday is we're going to start doing product reviews and what people find they really enjoy for products.
Oh.
And what a way to tie it in. You just showed us an awesome product that I think I'll probably have to check out.
Oh yeah.
Can I get it without your name on it though? That's
Yeah.
just be really awkward is all. I mean, unless it's going to guarantee me more fish, then
I mean, that
We can pick a name for you to put on there. We'll send that to you.
well, I'm sure between our banter between each other on text, we could probably come up with a few choice names that we'll save for not here.
Kayden says to me, "You guys aren't going to talk like you normally do on there, are you?"
Oh, all love, peace, and happiness?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes, that is how we talk around you youngsters nowadays.
Hello, Todd. How are you?
Yes, Jared, great to speak with you.
Uh,
Well, you know, talking about the aggressive nature of these fish, what are you guys putting for line on these reels, or what are you using?
I like. Yeah, when I was there, I've been to this fish store a couple of times. It's called like JB's Fishing Store, and I know the guy there. Like I got to know him pretty well over like the long time that I spent there. And he like spools your line up for you, and he gave me like the best monofilament he had, and I think it was like 14 pound, and I liked
Mhm.
it a lot because it's good for casting. And if you're someone who like, I like to hold like my finger. I really like to have my finger on the line. And monofilament, it really has a way nicer stretch in it than braid does. So you have like way more feeling for it, and I just really like it.
So you're against the braid movement. Is that what you're telling me right now?
No, totally.
No. I use braid on like all my other roads, like river fishing, braid.
That was a test based on who does it better to see who would give me the response I was looking for, and I didn't get the response I was looking for at all. So
You're a braid man all the way.
honestly, I'm impartial. I'll try both. Right now, I am running braid, but when I fish the bow, I do not use braid.
See, braid, I used to love braid, but I always found like you're fishing rain or something, and that braid gets wet. You are slipping so much, and you don't even know how many fish I've lost because my braid slips and
No, what's
drag
the
doesn't work.
and what's
It's so
the
annoying.
trick to that?
Trick to that is put monofilament
On
like
first.
yeah, and then put braid,
Yes.
and then tie your leader if you want to lead it.
Floral.
That's very interesting. I actually tape off my knot a couple of wraps before I put my braid on.
Oh yeah.
So I may have to actually try a reel with your method, and maybe we'll test it. Maybe I'll just beat you fishing by the sounds of it. I'll use braid, you use braid, and let's see who ends out on top. How's that sound?
Sounds like fun.
Come on down, start walking now, and we'll fish the bow this weekend. Well, what'd you bring for terminal tackle for these beautiful bowfins?
This right here, which is, well, actually, we started using them for something else. We were trying to catch a gar pike using a slip bobber, and then just a size. I like size. Well, this is size 1, but snail hooks we were buying there were size 4 and size 6, so that's like
A little small.
yeah, a little smaller than this. And then we just used salted minnows that were actually caught in Lake Erie, and you just put it on this, and then like whatever depth you wanted. I always found like not like on bottom, but like close to the bottom because you know they think, oh, dead minnow on the bottom, like easiest meal of their life, right?
They're
Yep.
huge on smell. We've discovered that was huge with Bowfin.
Right.
Smell that bait, they'll come to it.
Now, just because I'm not familiar, is live bait an option in this situation, or is it not allowed live bait for this
Oh, no,
body of
you can
water?
You
Live,
can
they
use
don't,
live
they
bait
don't
there.
sell frozen minnows. They only sell live minnows.
But we just
Right.
found the frozen ones worked really well there.
Yeah.
And this same rig, you know, we use this for gar pike as well. And fun fact, bowfin is in the gar family, right? So this same rig will work for gar pike as well, again with the salted minnow.
Yeah, it works for like anything you're trying to catch with the bait.
In the channels, right?
And it's just a very fun way to catch a fish, you know, like for example, we had our boathouse has a balcony. You just sit on the balcony with a slip bobber and you just wait till you see a bob, and you never know what's going to be on the end of that and fishing in a channel.
That sounds horrible.
Such a bad
That's
time.
terrible. Yeah.
I do not know how you guys survived.
Yeah,
Just barely.
probably caught like
Really
Probably.
happy you pulled through.
days. It was horrible.
I can imagine it was. Well, you know, talking about this species, I mean, you guys already kind of mentioned it, but your favorite body of water is Lake Erie, Long Point Bay in particular. What other species are you guys finding there?
Everything. I mean, you don't even have to like try. They're just there. I mean, you look out and like off the dock into the water, you can see like a bluegill, a sunfish, maybe a little largemouth, perch, and
Crappie,
yeah, well,
brown bass,
time of season for crappie.
catfish.
Yeah, well, actually, not catfish. There's bulldogs. Is that what they're called?
Warmouth.
No,
No.
no, what? No, the little channel. They're not called. What are they called?
Oh, bullheads.
Yeah, bullheads. That's
Yeah.
Bullheads.
There's so many of those. Yellow
Lots.
bullheads, brown bullheads, just a bullhead, and they're a lot of fun, man. So much fun.
Have you been stung by a bullhead?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Of course you haven't. Man, I never expected such pain from such a little fish. My hand went numb.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You gotta be careful with those guys.
man.
There's nothing fun about that whatsoever.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no, it sucked. Like fishing with cousins and stuff. Like I had my one cousin, his name's Canyon, and he would catch a bullhead, and he was just a little wimp. He's like, "No, you gotta take this off from me. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not risking it." Yeah, but they are hook destroyers.
They are.
Destroyers. Oh my goodness.
They are hard on the tackle and they're hard on the hands, but they are fun to catch.
Well,
they're very, very cool.
It's like a burbot almost. Like a lot of the times, they'll try to like close your mouth. Like they're trying to close their mouth, not let go of it. Just like garpike, they will not let go of anything, man.
I know last summer when we were catching them in Manitoba, I'm like, what is this? Because it looks weird. It looks like a catfish and a burbot had babies.
Yeah.
And then they put some nails on. It was tough. We got lots more people on here. Lloyd, hello. Dana, Alex's wife. And Alex's wife even let Alex come out to talk. So hello to you both. Colton, Greg, Dwayne, Tara Littlejohn. She says, hey, Jared, it's me, Tara.
Hey, sister.
Poor sister. And Kevin's on there, Scott's on there. I know we said hi to you before, but thanks everyone. Keep the comments coming. If you guys have any questions for the Littlejohns, feel free to fire them in there. We're going to talk about a little bit of something else, which is rock hard tackle. You guys make rock hard tackle. I know you brought some samples. What did you bring for samples today?
Well, start off with what we used in Long Point Bay, which would just be little shad darts.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't matter.
Great for panfish.
Yeah, and fish, bulldogs, and
they're not called bulldogs.
Every time you say bulldogs, I get thirsty. Look.
Yeah, and then the hooks we're using, as you can see, it's not like a circle hook. It is
those are little nasties.
Yeah, little nasties.
Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these hooks were great. Awesome.
They're little and they're nasty.
Yeah. And then, of course, the cotton candy fugly. That's just a multi-species slayer right there. We caught smallmouth, largemouth on these, all kinds of stuff.
Drum.
Yeah, drum.
I use the fuglies a lot. And, speaking of rock hard tackling, someone that uses it a lot, I see he's having a sip of, I don't know if that's a bulldog, Mexican bulldog, maybe? Mitch, are you drinking bulldogs?
No, there's no Mexican bulldog in there. It's all Alberta. All Alberta right up in that thing.
The weather's too warm. There's no slush left. Mitch, how are you?
Good. You guys?
Not too bad. I know you don't know the Littlejohns very well, so let me introduce you, Jarod and Slayden.
Oh, hey, Mitch. So, how are you?
Hi, fellas. Great.
Hi, fellas. I'm happy I'm not the only one that struggles. Should I say Mitch or Mitchell? Because I do one or the other depending on how upset with you I am, I guess, is how I look at it.
It doesn't matter. It all comes down to the same thing in the end. It's part of my name, so that's just the way it rolls off your mouth pretty much.
You've been called worse, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite go-to for rock hard tackle right now, Mitch?
Oh, fuglies. Always
Orange
the fun.
fugly.
Orange fugly, the signature. Or the orange and a bit of green.
Yeah.
But the orange with this, these little twitch tails, catches
Yep.
everything all the time. It doesn't matter what you're going for, that you're gonna catch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Who has the lucky task of having to paint the eyes on the jigs?
Well, me. I do it all.
You? You're the talent? Now, Slayden, how does that make you feel knowing your dad's better at doing
Well,
that than you are?
I mean,
He only makes them when he
Something
wants
cool
them for
is-
him.
yeah, but one time, Adam wanted me to make his jigs.
Mhm.
Adam Turnbull asked me to make his jigs, and I made him like 24 jigs or something, a bunch. Fugly
I don't
stuff.
know. The rumor is that all the paint had fallen off them by the time they got to Medicine Hat. Can you confirm that's true?
No, we came up with a new method for that.
I was actually joking, but it's good to know. Busted. I can honestly say I've never had the paint fall off of mine, so I think I just caught you in an inopportune moment there.
I mean,
We
it only is really bad when you're fishing rivers, but I mean, I don't think any jig you're gonna throw in a river bashing off that many rocks is gonna be able to stand it.
yeah, they take a beating, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although we are making some now with the rock hard guard, just for river fishing, because we like to use jigs in the river.
Yep.
So now we're using the rock hard guard, which is like a 24-hour process, but it toughens the jigs right up. Kind of gives them a little bit more of a rubberize to them for bouncing them off rocks and stuff. So we've been testing those out, and they seem to be holding up pretty good.
Yeah.
Now the other rumor is that they test him with Kayden pouting when he's not catching fish. He just throws them on rocks, and then you guys see how well they work. Or
That sounds right. Yeah, that's right.
you're right, Mitch.
Oh, that was a low blow.
I guess I owe you $20, bud. For anyone that doesn't know, I've known Kayden since he was about this tall, so I can get away with it a little bit more than anyone else. And actually, your mom Wilma is also saying hi. She's on here as well. So,
Oh, hey, Mom.
Hey, Grandma.
the boys are doing a phenomenal job. There is a little bit of a shout out here. Sasquatch Yanitsky is saying, "Who makes it better, Jarod or Todd?" I don't know if I have the talent to make the tackle, but we'll leave that up to Jarod.
Oh, we'll have to have a jig.
Jig off.
A jig off.
I don't know if you can put that on. I don't know how you rate that. I think that's crossing lines.
I don't know if you can see I'm blushing right now because for obvious reasons, this can really get off track quick. A jig off as far as making jigs. I mean, there might be a challenge there. We'll see what happens.
Are you guys going head to head?
I'm going to leave the tip jokes alone, Mitch.
All right.
We'll save that for the after hours wrap-up show, I guess, is what we'll probably do. I do know, though, and if I had them here with me, I can paint an eye better than Jarod can. So maybe we have a challenge here.
Maybe.
Paint an eye better than I can. But can you paint dots as good as I can?
Yes. I couldn't tell if that was a dot or an egg shape on there.
Ooh.
Ouch.
What is your guys' favorite color combination to paint?
Cotton candy. Just
Yep.
all together.
Is that 2 or 3 colors?
Black.
That's 3.
Mine is black and pink.
Black
First
and
jig
pink?
I ever made, Todd. You guided me through it. It
Yep.
was Erie, and it was black, and it, like, you know how Eries have like that like top head, so if you're sitting on bottom, they would be like sitting nice like this. I always like to paint it the head pink and then like the body black, and that's what I caught my PB walleye on, and it was my PB for a bit.
And it's so much fun, right? I mean, there's no better feeling than knowing you made something yourself. I mean, look at anyone that ties a
Oh,
fly
yeah.
or anything like that, right?
Yeah, like with being able to paint them, it's like so nice because when I want to tie a bucktail, I can look at my fur, see what colors I have, and then go paint a jig to match that fur. It's pretty
Yep.
sweet.
What's your color combination, Mitch? Is it still green and orange? Because that was my favorite to paint for you.
Well, that's what I told everyone to get made because I just thought it was more complicated. But those rocked it. But like for trout and perch, I really like just the straight orange.
Yep.
Like straight orange rocks. Like I love using it all the time, and I've got so many different fish on that. Walleye, I like that mixture of orange and green, maybe a little just glow in it, just
Yep.
a straight up glow. But great combos all around.
Yeah, my go-to for trout is pink, so
Yeah, me
I
too.
guess there's really a lot of combinations out there that you can use, right? But yeah, who knows? There,
The watermelon color is a good color for trout as well, and panfish.
yep, yeah. There's a lot of really cool combinations out there, and I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but it seems like sometimes those different colors they're not used to seeing is what can trigger a bite as well, right? Depending on what species you're going for.
100%.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
You go to like a different lake and purples just rock. Like there's a lot of lakes that fish purple for walleye like crazy, but then you come to a different lake and they just want the regular perch colors. So it's always good to have a handful of rock hard in your tackle box so you can just shuffle through and find what they want.
So long as it's the tackle box and not the pocket, because I've learned that lesson the hard way, believe it or not. I've even sat on a couple before.
Or the bottom of, or like the floor of Mitch's boat. That's not
Yeah,
a
the
good
floor.
place.
I'll tell you what, next week for the intro video, I'll post a picture of me holding all the tackle up. How's that sound?
I think I still have the video.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Catching the fish, then dropping it, then it's just like crash. Then me laughing and looking at you. And it's just spread out everywhere.
Well, maybe we'll have to share that video if you still have it, because even to me, it's good for a laugh.
Yeah, no, it's on YouTube. I think there's a full length video with it on there. So if you watch the video, you'll see it.
Okay, well, we'll pop over and check that out. I might have to share that just for fun. Good old memories, right?
Oh yeah, that was a great trip.
Yes, many more to come.
Oh yeah.
The 2021 charity fish on. Now, apparently Kayden doesn't know what this is, so I guess we can't really involve him in this conversation. We had a little chat about this before the show. He wants to be on it, but doesn't know what it is. Jarod,
I'm gonna win.
do you know where Kayden needs to go to find out how to enter for the 2021 charity fish on?
Your Facebook page. Is that wrong?
Notice Mitch how it went really, really silent here.
Oh no, online.
Correct. YouTube. Anyone that's interested in learning how to enter the 2021 charity fish on the Other Line Canada, it's first edition. We're looking for 8 competitors to join Greg Rice and Adam Turnbull. Greg and Adam are going to go for sturgeon. The cutoff is March 21st to get your application in. And we're going to have a little competition. Now, you're going to go to YouTube and figure that out tonight, right, Kayden?
Oh, yeah.
That's a no. Now, here's the great thing, is we can't have bias in a competition. Scott Stewart last week said that he would be one of our judges. Can you guess who our second judge for the competition is going to be?
You.
He's unsure. Our second judge for the competition this year is going to be none other than Mitch Lilly. Mitch, thanks for being a judge.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, I don't want to lose to everybody. I don't. Some of us have to work a little more. No, that's just an excuse.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to lose a little notch off my belt, I guess.
Now, Mitch, not to put you on the spot, but as a judge, what's one thing you're going to be looking for in how people catch fish?
If they land them and they're big. Those are 2 big points I'm looking for.
That always helps. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Fish handling.
No.
Yeah.
Good call. Yes.
Yeah,
We talk
Just-
about it every week, and it still continues, right? The way people are handling fish right now. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are doing their part, but if you're not handling the fish proper, could be a competition problem for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
No
that's
kills.
good point. And we'll look over it. And if it's not handled properly, it should be
Yep,
not allowed in.
So you guys
absolutely.
you guys will be all about like this, like gills like this, and it is all like this. So the
Proper
fish are
fish
like this.
handling. Yeah.
It'll all be about the cradle.
Cradle.
No, just hanging from the gill or the gill plate.
Yes.
It might look like I'm laughing at Kayden, but he actually put it perfectly. I don't know if anyone caught this. He's like, it's like this, not like this.
Unless it's a bass.
Unless it's a what?
A bass.
Yeah, lip grip.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to expect your application in there now. For anyone that's wondering about how the whole application process is going to work, what we're going to do is once the deadline hits, we're going to take everyone's applications, and we have multiple applications already. We're going to post them on our Facebook page, and our fans are going to be able to vote for who they want for the final 8 competitors, also tied in with Greg Rice and Adam Turnbull, who are already assigned sturgeon. Believe it or not, those competitors are going to have a chance to choose what species they're going to be targeting. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. But for anyone that thinks they have to travel hundreds of miles to be able to compete in this competition, we're going to make it as easy as possible for the competitors themselves. So anyone that's thinking about it, reach out to me, ask your questions. Let's get your applications in. And Kayden, I will expect yours by 10 o'clock?
Next week sometime. Yeah.
No, it's a video interview too. So you have to wear your best suit and tell us everything about you.
In a video.
Yeah, in a video.
It's
Maybe you have
videos.
to post it on the page.
So it's
Your
a video.
life goals and aspirations.
And where you see yourself going.
Yeah, it should be easy. Make it bomb about myself. Just make myself look like the world
And
champion.
also where you plan on getting the gas money for Dad to drive you around for the competition.
Yeah, no doubt.
His wallet.
His bike.
Now, Mitch, have you ever targeted bowfin?
I've never targeted them. The last time I fished them, I was probably, I guess, early 20s. Was the last time I was in Minnesota. And growing up as a kid, we were always there every second year in Minnesota. So they'd follow the boat when he got a basket full of sunfish off the side. Then he'd throw a bass hook at them, hook them. They're crazy fun fish. Like, they rip on you. And there was a couple little creeks we'd fish that would have them. You'd see them and throw something right in front of them. They're super aggressive, like they were saying. And a lot of people in Minnesota, they want no part of them because you could just walk the banks and you'd see bowfins in the trees. They just chuck them.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no limit on them.
Yeah, no, they're super aggressive. They take out so much other species. But I don't know. I'm not for wasting fish unless it's an invasive species, which bowfin are not.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Maybe a dumb question. Are they edible?
Wouldn't know.
everything's edible.
Yeah.
Considering the 2 guys that picked it as a species, I would have to say no. Unless anyone can say,
It's
Jarod just did one of these.
It's just something we would never try. I don't know. We'd never even consider it. I mean, with enough ketchup, I guess anything's good, but no.
I bet you it tastes like rattlesnake. It's probably good.
Maybe we need to have a bowfin eating competition.
Or maybe if someone's ate one, they can post underneath how good it was.
I mean, I would be really interested to know. I know there's a lot of species that, let's use carp as an example, right? There's a lot of people that will eat carp. For me, it's not really my preference, but who knows? Maybe Bowfin are edible and we're just too ignorant to the opportunity.
They're probably delicious. You might as well eat everything. Like, you catch something, it's probably gonna taste pretty good. There's not too much stuff that tastes horrible.
Cheeks for days.
Wings too.
I mean, maybe even same with bullhead or bullhead. You know, we're talking about bullhead.
Bullhead are good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Like, what do they taste like? Chicken or catfish?
Like fish.
A little bit of both.
Maybe I'll have to try that this year.
Very good.
Yeah, no, they're good. You better have some. Fry them up.
Yep. Mitch, what's your plan? Are you going to be going to adventure ice fishing for the snack shack or fishing anytime soon? Season's almost done.
Well, I still haven't made it to Newell, and this weekend coming, and she's closed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. 15th it closes, right?
I should probably do that. I don't know though. My plans are I'm so sporadic, so an impulse could hit and I'm off somewhere else.
Yeah, it can change really quick, right? What about Jarod and Kayden? Like, I know you guys are dealing with the end of season kind of wrap up. Does that mean you're not going to really be able to get out and fish any other bodies of water?
Well, actually, me and Treen we've got a little bit of time tomorrow morning, so we're gonna head out for a few hours for some burbs, hopefully some whitefish, maybe some big pike. And then next week, me and Treen again are going to Abraham for a day. So
Nice.
No, that's not fair. I'm coming.
It just got really awkward.
Yeah.
I had a chance to go, but like a good kid, I chose school because I'd missed 2 days due to different stuff, snowboarding. So I think I deserve to come.
Oh my.
Do what your old Uncle Mitch would do, which is just hide in the box of the truck. You'll be fine. They won't know until you get to Abraham.
Yeah, bring a sleeping bag.
Well, for me, my last trip is maybe on the 20th, but as of right now, it looks like my ice season is probably done. I'm waiting for auger parts, and I made the great decision of selling my shack before the end of season. Mitch is just shaking his head.
Amateur mistake right there.
You call it amateur, I call it pro.
You still got season after the end of March. Like, we'll probably still hit some April ice, and it's going to be epic. I've been talking with a buddy, and we're going to film a show hopefully early April. As long as the ice holds out, we're going to do a great show, and hopefully we get some good fish so it'll air so everyone can see.
Yeah, I mean, for me, in all honesty, I've just found that the spring fishing, I don't really need a shack. I have Darren's shack I can use. But as all three of you know, 4-man shacks aren't really 4-man shacks when Todd's fishing with them. So a 4-man shack becomes a 1-man flip over real quick.
Yeah. You and all the snacks.
Well, and that's just the snacks I brought to the lake. That doesn't count all the snacks I ate on the way to the lake, right?
Yeah, no, because you won't be able to pull all those snacks out onto the lake.
Yeah, that's right.
I fished with Adam and Tash, and you would think I probably couldn't drag anything out onto the lake because those two were they were out there helping me haul gear onto the lake and then hauling it all the way back as well. So thanks for that. I kind of felt like a bit of a king. Everyone was just dragging my stuff around for me. Or maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know.
Maybe they saw you have a bit of a limp, so they're like, hey, let's help this old feller out. And so we don't have to put him down on the side of the lake. Let's give him a hand.
I heard them whisper as they walked away. Wow, they're right. COVID was hard on some people. I've gained a few bags of potatoes here in the last few months. So I guess with the bow opening, that's an opportunity to get out and get some exercise. Alex is telling me to come out to the Columbia River, which I'm not going to lie, it's actually pretty tempting. He's got a boat. He's ready to go out there. So,
oh, dang.
Have you guys fished the Columbia at all?
No, I got a buddy that lives on close to Columbia, right? Chicken in BC. So I'm kind of thinking, and another buddy just took a job in BC on the Fraser. So we're thinking maybe spring, fall sturgeon.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a guide in Alberta. I'm not gonna mention his name, but picked up a job and now he's gonna be heading that way. So
oh, that's amazing. Sturgeon is so much fun on the Fraser. So much
Oh.
fun.
it'd be an amazing trip.
It would be absolutely. Well, I've fished the Columbia and it's a great body of water. I mean, they have bounties on pike out there, believe it or not. So anyone that's not familiar with that should check it out, because to any of us in Alberta, we're like, bounty on pike? What is he talking about? Is he crazy?
And walleyes high up there too. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's around 10 or something.
Yes. Yeah, the limit is really high for walleye because, I mean, they're everywhere. The river's full of them, right? So, and they're really good eating.
Definitely.
So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to wind up the show. Mitch, thanks for being on with us. Jarod and Slayden, thank you so much.
You bet.
I'm-
Thanks, buddy.
I'm happy you guys have pushed through the tech problems, because I can see you're still kind of like, what's this guy talking about?
There's actually a lot that we could hear. We're trying to read your lips, and I would just like, we heard most of it.
It's been hard because usually the look that you give me, not being able to see what I'm saying right now, is the same look you give me on the river when I see you on the lake.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Couldn't hear that.
All right. Well, for anyone that doesn't know the Littlejohns, check them out. Pike Slayer 65 or Jarod Father on Instagram. Adventure ice fishing or rock hard tackle. Mitch, where can everyone find you at?
Northwest Mitch in Alberta, or Northwest Mitch on Instagram, Alberta Fishing Trips on Facebook.
Awesome. Next week's guest, we'll see what the technology is like when we do it. Jason of the Huntley Experience. If you are not familiar with Jason Huntley and the awesome little show that he runs, you guys will have to come check him out next week, or check him out on Facebook. And we've got another great episode in the works for next week as well. Hopefully minus all the tech problems, right?
Definitely.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining the show. We're going to wrap it up a little bit early. Thanks, everyone, for joining On the Other Line Canada. We look forward to seeing everybody next week with our guest, Jason of the Huntley Experience.
Thanks, bud.